Okay, hi. Hi guys, how are you? Glad to be with you guys again. There's a lot of stuff happening and I feel so good about things. I know that just seems totally opposite of where we are. But like the other day, I had to, oh goodness, you can hear a lot of that. The other day, I forgot that it was such a mess in DC, and I felt like we had moved beyond that. And so I had to really sit and think for a moment, oh my gosh, yeah, this is still a mess. But I just was kind of floored at how real and tangible that felt, like it was way behind us. So anyway, tell me your good news. I would love to hear your good news. Let me say hello to you guys. Let's see. How are you guys? Hi, Robin and Teresa and Carolyn and Just Joy Moonchild. Delphian is dreaming of a moon shadow, moon shadow, moon shadow. Hi, Charlie. And hi, Julia. Our fellow light workers. Hi, Melinda. Good evening. Jules, Ever After, and Just Joy, Louise, Lola, Paisley, Connie, Astronomy. Nice to see you. I am one. Purple Sky. Antoinette's granddaughter, Catherine Rodriguez, Denise, Lisa, Mel, Dum Dum 2, Nancy, Sam, Lori. Hi, Katrina. We're all here. So I have been really excited to do this live. First of all, you guys, thanks so much for everything. I think the last I saw was like 922 subscribers. So welcome new subscribers. Thank you so much. I'm almost there. I'm going to get there. But again, there is so much happening. And let's see. For those of you, if you're new, my name's Regina. This is the channel Quiet Like the Forest. Formerly, I was Queen's Tarot. I took a year off and I came back. And I wanted to restart a new channel because there's some weird vibe going on over there that I just didn't feel like I was a part of anymore. Oh, just a second. Coco, look it. There you go. Okay, she came up here for her bone. But anyway, that was my former channel, and I'm regrowing this channel. And because I want to be more, listen to me, self-centered, which sounds very egotistical, but I want to be more centered on ourselves and our sense of peace and who we are as we're like moving through this asymmetrical war that is upon us, to not be so reactive, but to really be still and notice what's going on. And so my channel name, Quiet Like the Forest, was inspired by Sun Tzu. And so the quote that I have today, to know your enemy, you must become your enemy. And this reminded me of the Democrats, because we are just all chomping at the bit for them to get tough, play harder, and really take it to them. And you know, I don't know if you guys saw Jasmine Crockett today. Love her. That is the energy we need. And someone asked her, you know, if you could say something to Elon Musk, what would it be? And she said, F off. That was it. So that is the energy we are going for. Okay, my sage is just really, it is really burning. I want to calm this down a little bit. It's just a little too much. Sorry about that. I just feel like there's energy popping all over the place. So yes, I said a lot. There is a lot to cover. I just want to really recap last week, because everything is moving so quickly. Things are starting to feel disjointed, but everything is connected and flowing fluidly, okay? Even though it seems crazy, these things are linked together, okay? So last time, I talked about how they are not going to succeed. I was seeing it in the Tarotscopes. I was seeing it in the energy with, like, I don't feel like POTUS, Biden, has really left us. And I feel like the investigations, I don't know how Garland maybe hid some of those, but not everything is visible. And there are things that have been, overseas. Oh, there you go. That he was part of that was shipped off overseas or with some of our intel groups and allies. The other thing that happened, we had Mars go direct on Sunday night, and I said that we would feel like we're no longer in free fall, that things weren't bottoming. Things have bottomed out. We reached our lowest point, and that slowly but surely we would get our energy back to fight and to resist and create a lot of problems for these guys and what's going on. I also did some readings about Don Julio and the economy. There were 3 readings that I did that are reposted that one had to do with the plane crashes, what exactly he ceded to the Russia, and then the deep dive with Germany's elections, because they know what happened in the United States election. They were watching interference in real time, specifically Falonia. That's who they had their eyes on, and it was just really kind of stunning how that all came out in that reading. Okay, how are you guys doing? Ooh, someone's eating? Self-focused, yes. We're going to be more self-focused. Yes, I am happy for Mars Direct. Oh, Just Joy, 21 Doge employees resigned today. You know what? I've seen both accounts. I've seen 21 Doge employees, but I've also seen 21 federal tech employees. So that is really good news. There's a lot of resistance going on there anyway. And you know what? Because they're in federal tech, it's like they can't do anything, you know? Oh my gosh, I don't know what to do with this. Look at how huge the smudge stick is. I know we have a lot of things to smudge, but I don't want this to be smelling so smudgy in here. Okay. Please, just go out. Okay, so anyway, that's that. The other thing I wanted to talk about, we are still all year long. It's like this whole thing with Don Julio, we are crossing the 29th degree of Pisces all through into the summer through various planet transits. And what that means is with Pisces, 29 degrees is the very last degree of the zodiac. That is a degree of completion. It's like Don Julio has been doing his thing to sabotage our government. He's been working on that for a long time. He is in his final degree. We as citizens dealing with this asymmetrical war and his pals, we're also in our 29th degree, and we have something to say about that. So, yeah, this is a year of finalities and a year of new beginnings. I am just really excited about what's happening. So, let's get back to the stuff that I am so excited about. You guys, wait till you see all these Tarotscopes that I did with the third quarter moon. So, the thing that was driving it, so I did Tarotscopes over DC, but then when I saw Macron and him visiting DC, he had such a mischievous look in his eye. Beyond, correcting Don Julio at the White House and on live TV, I'm like, what is he up to? Okay. And then the other thing that happened was Don Julio and the U.S., the vote at the UN that they would not agree to I don't know if it was the statement or the agreement, whatever, about the Russia invading Ukraine, and the United States took the side of the Russia, North Korea, blah, 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 blah. I mean, that was just such a shock. So that was another tipping point with all these Tarotscopes that I did, okay? Hi, Rob D. Oh, Robin, they're the same people. Oh, wow, that is good to know. That I can't wait to see more about that. Their digital service. Okay. So, and it's like this thing is like so bag. I just have to keep my brain straight. So this one, I have 2 pages. So this page is the Tarotscopes over Washington, D.C. You know, I throw, this was the third quarter moon. And that's just kind of what it looks like when I put this together. So I did that page, but then this page is the juicy page, Macron's Visit, okay? And I hope I can get to the last thing on the end. If you guys saw Linda G, she had a dream that she shared this week about going to the Whitehouse and what a mess it was. I threw astrology cards, and wait till you see that story. So I am hoping I can get through all of this, okay? So in Washington, D.C., I threw one on Don Julio's The Cabinet, Muskrat, Don Julio, and that relationship to Putin, Russia. If you notice, I have 2 dots, in this little rectangle there, that, for me, signifies that this indicator I've been seeing over and over, Sagittarius and the 9th house, that kept coming up a couple weeks ago, and that's what stops the coupé, okay? And I did it like that because AI can read this. So if there's 1 dot, they had 1 card, 2 dots, that's what stops it. And then I did one on the scared GOP that want him gone. And then I did the angry AF USA citizens who are furious. You can think of Antifa, but in the end, it's to remove him. And then I did one on how Don Julio and company keep up the coup, and suppress political speech here. And then I shifted because I still feel so secure. Even though Biden is out, he feels more present than these yahoos and Don Julio's cabinet. It's just amazing. So this one, I got those 2 dots again. How it stops the coup. And this one was about how 46 is keeping us safe, regardless of what's going on. If you look at these symbols, one stands for part of fortune, the other one starts for provocation. That is like a tag team. It's also where you know where something starts and where something ends. It's kind of where these 2 things come together. Okay, so I just did Enrique T. just came to mind, and harassing Officer Fanon the other day. Okay, so that's kind of falls in there. Then I did 46, and him still working with our allies and the intel that keeps us safe. Then I did 46 PBO allies to end Putz, and they are on that. And there's my cough. I will tell you this Mars Direct Sunday night, last night was the first night since December I slept without getting up and coughing. I said it would lessen when Mars went direct. Down here we have NATO leadership. We have Ramstein. In Germany we have an Air Force base, and it's not too far away from NATO. And then I do one for Ramstein that they indeed believe what's happening is actually a coup. So there's 2 of these on Ramstein. This is me. This is volume 2. And then this is Felonia launching more satellites. And then Pluto conjunct Regulus in the comments. Oh my gosh. Posted this amazing thing about information about what I think related to Tish James, what's happening in New York, and all the forensic evaluation that they're doing with the election, yada, yada, yada. So I threw a Tarotscope on that to see how it fit. I didn't really get to look at a whole, I wasn't really able to go through this with that. So those are the variables I looked at. And then this is where it gets interesting. So Macron, arrives. He's got that look on his face. And I felt like he was there visiting, like kind of on a superficial level. This is, just a second. Hey, there. My dog always sits against the window and then it's like he's going to pull down this curtain. Anyway, I felt like Macron had like this, like presenting himself as kind of the superficial reason why I'm here to talk to you. But we know it was deeper than that. Then I did one for the European Union and their defense. He was presenting as a representative, like thinking that angle. Then I did, what is the transnational investigation that's going on? Look at it has two of those dots. That stops the coopy-coop. So there's investigation still out there. Okay. Just a second. Okay. I'm sorry for all the interruptions. Then I said, I did one on what negates Donald's 2024 win. And then Macron regarding Elonia. What's his focus regarding that? And oh my gosh, look at these. I could not believe he got the solar and lunar card together and the Jupiter abundance and Jupiter return cards together. These are two Jupiter cards for his ascendant, okay, for his rising sign. What's telling the story of the Tarotscope. And the lunar solar, these are together. That is POTUS and Garland, whatever they put out there abroad for investigations. And then Jupiter abundance, Jupiter return. I finally figured this out. Jupiter abundance, it has to do like with all of our data. There's just a plethora of data. But Jupiter return, I deduced, this is the server, wherever it may be, and this is the data that goes to the server, okay? So that is absolutely operating in the background. And then I did one about Macron in relationship to the Germany election, what he was looking at, because that was happening. And this one you're going to like the most. Are there arrests on the horizon? And that got the solar lunar. And then I did regarding like Macron's visit. What does he think about all of this that's happening? Look, he's got those two dots. That stops the coopy-coop. Then this one was clear as day, because I'm like, I've always felt like they're afraid, Don Julio and the cabinet. I wanted to know how Don Julio and the cabinet are entrapped. They are totally entrapped, you guys. Then I did one about Macron regarding Elonia and the Doge team, what that means. Then I did one about Starlink and the election. And then I did one about Macron regarding Putin. But this is the one. This is the one that just felt like someone laid a gauntlet in the sand. Like, we are done with this guy. We are taking the next step. We are going forward. And it was because of what happened at the United Nations. That, ahead of that, Don Julio was saying, Ukraine's fault. They shouldn't have invaded Russia. And then they had that vote where we were on the side of the Russia and the North Korea. That would not agree to the statement on the 3rd year anniversary. So to me, this meant that was like a green light. That was the green light from like our allies. Whatever's going on over here, this was like the green light. Yes, it's time to go forward, because this was a very public statement about where he stands representing the United States. And so we've got him on the record. The entire world is watching. And then we have a vote recorded at the UN that documents this. So it was kind of like they were all watching that to see where it fell and then where they would proceed. I have always felt like the only way, or the predominant way, that Don Julio would be stopped in the GOP is that it would have had to be something so big and so spectacular that absolutely no one in the world could deny it. They couldn't say it was a hoax. They couldn't say it was a witch hunt because everyone is seeing it. And what happened at the UN kind of like kicked it all off. Does that make sense, you guys? Let me check in. What kind of dogs? They have big barks. I have a golden. She's almost 100 pounds. And then I have a shelter dog. He's a Great Pyrenees Australian Shepherd mix. It's a trap. Yes, it's a trap. Stace needed this today. Yes, Purple, Macron's visit was awesome. I know. I remember when we were the leaders of the world. That made me so happy. And like, especially on D-Day, we were over there, and all of our veterans from World War II they came over. I mean, that was just so amazing. It just makes me so proud. Hi, okay, let's see. Gross. He's ordering pizza in the Lincoln bedroom, whatever. I know, it's hard that we're no longer welcome in many places. We will be, but it's like I've been saying, aside from everything being so public, it is going to take this other side, the MAGA GOP side, to turn against him finally. And when that happens, it's like that's kind of like our jet fuel to go forward and get this guy out, okay? And you know what? This is what is going to reunify our country. Because they're going to see the Russia different, they're going to see everything different, and they're going to realize how wrong they were. There's going to be a portion that you just cannot, you cannot influence them at all, but it's a very significant portion. This is how we unify and how we go on. What is Kamala thinking? You know what? I haven't tuned into her energy. I love it. Yeah, Midas Touch is the #1 podcast over. Yes. Okay. So what I was going to do, which one should we look at first? Arrest, entrapped. We're no longer oh my God, you guys. We're going to do the no longer an ally. So this is the thing that green lights them to move forward. Let's do some cards on what they're going to go forward on, okay? So this is the green light. Look at that. Green. Okay, what does it even look like? So this is the green light to go, okay? That happened from the, oh my gosh, my drawing is horrible. Let's try this again. We have a green light. Time to go. And I just feel like it goes in this direction, it goes in this direction, it goes this direction. Because they are encircled. These are the most important things, but they're encircled this way. I mean, like, just follow, just follow all the evidence, okay? So when it stated we were no longer an ally, that card that represented it was the sign of Capricorn. And I found that really interesting because Don Julio drew the Capricorn card as well. I liken that Capricorn card to him thinking he's the government. And him being the government is how they keep that coup going. But it's also Ramstein thinking that this is a coup. That's what's energizing whatever they're doing over there. Because I feel that a really strong link over there in Germany with NATO and wherever this is going on, okay? And so that was critical. It drew the card of Grand Trine Blessings. That is POTUS on a lot of the plans. But look at this. The substance of why we're going to go forward. We have these two cards together. Again, Jupiter Return, Jupiter Abundance. So the substance of why they're going to go forward has to do with servers receiving This area is communication, receiving data. And so the reason why what they're trying to protect going forward now is their defenses. This is mostly like NATO, okay? And what they've agreed with their leadership are their partnerships and what they're doing. Every single day, they are working on their plan. They're working on their evidence. They are working on all the things that have accumulated every single day that is hardcore tangible data. And then they work together here. Look at that, Sagittarius. Their goal is to work with partners around the world. Their shared resources are the 10th house, what is crowning the world and what they're trying to achieve. What they think going on with these people, well, it's also that they also have intercepts of their communications around the world. What they're trying to do going forward, fire to me, which is what's crowning them, that's like going to war, but it's reversed. And I feel like that they have this so undercover that no one suspects it. And because it's been how long? And it's just like we've heard zip. And when we hear zip, that means, in my opinion, there's investigations going on and they're carrying these things out. What they're doing going forward has to do with the sun, their purpose, their networks, their groups, to reveal something. And they have a lot of secrets and how they're doing this with so many partners, and the hidden enemy that this is going to get sprung on them is Putz. So it's like this is going out, but it really is going to be like directed to him. Okay, does that make sense? Okay, so so that happened last week. It was the green light that he is no longer an ally. What do we have here? This is my card, air, for element, for communicating. Okay. So these are a lot of cards. What did he do? What did they all agree was the green light? Ooh, this feels... And they're like, let's proceed. These are the most important things. Like, it's like this is what gets put into action first. It's like Macron goes home. They all double check their notes. And you know what I was feeling like today? Like while he was here, he was given something, tangible. Like data, classified information, that are only privy to his eyes. And this is how they're all entrapped. You guys, they are so entrapped. They are so entrapped. And a lot of it has to do with Alonia. I mean, they're so screwed. Oh, and look at this. I love this. I forgot to pick up this card, but it's like staring at me. It's the sign of Cancer. The United States is a Cancerian nation. Mars just went direct. USA is going to be defended. Don't get me wrong. They have a plan, but it's against Don Julio and this global transnational thing that's going on. They know it's not the people because they have a lot of election interference as well. Okay? Oh, let's just do a card for Kamala. I'm just going to stick that up there. Okay. Oh. We have part of fortune increase. So whatever has happened has increased the impetus to go. We have green lighted everything. We have everything we need. It's a mountain of undeniable information. Okay? I'm going to, there goes my throat. You guys know that's, my throat is like the barometer for how close I'm hovering over something. Oh, and my sage finally went out. Okay. So this is what happened to greenlight everything. Venus, love. That Venus card showed up in a couple of places. Let's see if I can really narrow this down on what it was looking at. I don't think anybody had that as a signifier. No, nobody had that as a signifier. I did not see it very often. I saw it a couple places. Oh, look. So I'm doing this based on this last reading that we're no longer an ally, and they have all the evidence. Well, because in the 6th house, there's that Venus card. That has to do, it also has to do with a lot of military, a lot of defense systems, and that's all in place, okay? Interesting how that comes up, okay? Okay, can we see Venus love? I mean, it just feels, it does feel like love. It feels like liquid love. Like they're so happy to have this, to greenlight. So Venus, it's the tangible stuff that they have on who? You guys, the 4 of Swords. Okay, someone said this looked like the Tesla logo. So they have the information they need. This is more and more to me like the server's information getting pinged to one place that's hidden, and now it's going somewhere else, and they're analyzing it, okay? So they have what they need in terms of data. There's no chance. Oh, and that's the star. They have enough to, this is the thing. This is the brightest, most hopeful thing of going forward. This is the green light, okay? The 10 of Wands is on the bottom. This is the thing that they have been working so hard at, and we've completed. We've gotten to this final step with all of the leadership green lighted to go ahead. And what are they going ahead with? The plan, like the anti-Putz, Don Holio, all of them plan the transnational, how they're going to capture everyone, okay? So, go. Look at that. The 10th house world. So this is in the 10th house. This is like what crowns something in the horoscope. Yes, this is on a global stage. He freaking said that. He sided with Putz. The 5 of Pentacles. This is our exclusive club. You guys are all out. F you. You know, we're the inners. It's a power grab, okay? So these were the first 4 things that they're going after. We have 1. Wow, Aquarius, I know. This card has been, well, that makes sense why this card has been kind of elusive and slippery for me, because it like shows up kind of in hidden places in the Tarotscope, and I just have not really been able to see this. And I don't even think it came up very much. No one had it as a signifier. Oh, this is what energizes the transnational investigation that stops the coup. So this is a transnational investigation that's going to put a stop to things. Yeah, I don't really see it anywhere else. Okay, show me this transnational investigation. And how it's to stop the coup. Okay. The Page of Cups. These are Americans, yes. These are people who have voted. These are people who haven't counted. This is a transnational phenomenon. We have all this data on people, and it's like, what's the challenge for these people? These people, what's the challenge with them? Oh my gosh, the 10 of Pentacles reversed. That's the dynasty. It's can't be a part of it, but it's like, you're not one of us. This, the Nazis, the racism, everything that is excluding people and the money that's being made off of it, but most importantly, how it's affecting elections, okay? This is the transnational. What did I say this? What did I say this was? This is going for this transnational investigation regarding this, like people in elections leading to the King of Cups. That has been Putin for me. So he's in on election interference. They have the evidence proving that, and that's why Don Julio felt like he could just go totally rogue. Yeah, because the three, there's a conspiracy. Pentacles are votes and data. And they have all consulted our allies on how they're going to handle this, okay? Isn't that crazy? JJ, thank you for this wonderful reading. This wonderful teating. Carolyn Wyde. Oh my gosh, I love it. I have goosebumps. Keep hearing the theme to Mission Impossible. So exciting. I just got that in my head too. That is so funny. You've given us all a happy earworm. Okay. Ooh, that looks interesting about that New York firm. Okay, so these are the most important things that they are looking at, okay? I'm going to have to get into another deck soon. The second thing, they are going to, this feels like it's a little bit more subdued. It's not as obvious or blatant. You guys, remember, this is the card. I bet that points to Sag. But remember, the ninth house, Sag, is the combination that, oh, I don't even think you can see it. The ninth house, Sag, is the thing, that combination that ends the Kupiku. So this is something now, is this law? It is law. It is oh my gosh. It's like Interpol. It's like everyone involved that has a role to play to end this. Like, they have to make sure all those masses of people in all these countries are ready to go. Oh my gosh. So they're going there. It's like, we have to be ready to go. And it feels like, get the final pieces? They're checking notes, the Temperance card. They're checking this, they're checking that. Do all these things line up? And oh my gosh, the Temperance card is a Jupiter card. And it's a Sagittarius card, which kind of owns this real estate in the ninth house. So they're taking information that they have around the world and just making sure everything is settled. Because their next step is what? What is the next step here? Dun, 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 the White House. Holy crap. The White House. And I think how he got there. Holy crap. I was not expecting that. Okay. The third thing that is like, these are the most important things that they did, where they were green lighted after Don Julio said that stuff about the UN and Ukraine. It's like, he's no longer our ally. We're carrying on with this part to take them down, basically. So here, the Yod. This is a triangle that's called the Yod. It's a fated position. It's the finger of God. And you know who I'm seeing this all the time with now is Felonia, on how he's doing something here. He's got something with data or his minions, but it is pointed to an end result. I think this is Felonia and the power grab and just taking over everything. So, I need a new deck. Okay. So this is the next most important thing. They're all going after him. The Six of Cups from the past. You guys, this was the signifier on Don Julio and what and why he ceded to Putz last week. I posted that video excerpt this week. Holy crap. Can you guys believe this? Yeah, Zelensky will never give them their mineral rights. But did you see Putz today? He was like, "Oh, the United States, you can buy them from us." I'm like, "No, we are not buying anything from you." But that, kind of then corners. Blah. Cynthia, your excitement is contagious. Looks like the hand of fate is giving the middle finger. Okay. So, Felonia, what exactly are they green-lighted? They're going to go after. There's a lot. I don't want all that. I got too many cards. And this, it's like Wonder Twin Powers activate. We're going to do this. Oh. Well, yeah, I was just sitting here thinking, is this a challenge? And then I remembered, these guys are having a real problem with data and programming and accessing the correct data because they're accessing a lot of incorrect data that was set up for this whole spiel. But it's also like how it is under the surface and people are not supposed to know, but we know. Pointed to who? Pointed to what? This is why they're going after Felonia. And he's the easiest place to start. Because he's the magician. He manipulates everything. Jeez. So this is him. The Page of Cups. Remember? They're going to go after something with elections because some people were left out. Things were manipulated. You have the Page of Cups, and there's the High Priestess. What did you do with all that information? What did you do with all the ballots? Did you have imposter ballots? Yada, yada, yada. They're going after him for this because he joined forces with transmitting information overseas. This is how Don Julio won in my reading last week. The Ace of Wands, the instructions, the power to win, the plan to win, and they would strike fast. This is the next thing they're working on, you guys. And this is targeting, there you go, the King of Cups. It is targeting Putz. How he worked with Putz, there goes, to get the White House, you guys. This is crazy. Isn't this crazy? Okay, and then this is the fourth thing they're working on. Okay, your question, why is Jeffries so quiet? Okay, this is why I think they're being quiet, and I don't blame them because it's that whole thing when your opponent is hanging themselves, give them more rope, okay? I don't like it personally when they speak out because Don Julio and crew and Putz and trolls and bots around the world latch onto that and then they demonize the Dem. They make them look foolish. They humiliate them. And it's like that person loses their power. I felt like that's why Biden was like so undercover during especially the first part of campaign season. Like he wasn't really out there because, he knew that they would take whatever happens, and weaponize it. So, and he also has to impart that we're not worried. Do not panic. And I will take my cues from people in leadership who are from the African American community because they have fought so much harder for so much longer. They know the battle that's ahead of us, and they know it's like in their blood. They know how to pace themselves. We're freaking out because it's like, what's going on? I think their whole life has probably felt like a coup in some form of another, and a power grab away from them. So that's why I think Jeffries is being quiet, and I don't blame him. Okay. So this is a fourth thing that they are going forward with. This is their plan. Mercury retrograde, reinvention. And you know what? Mercury retrogrades next month. I am telling you that March 14th eclipse, lunar eclipse in Virgo. It is on the same day as the budget thing they're trying to do. We're going to have Venus retrograde. I think Mercury goes retrograde right around them. Don Julio sucks with Mercury retrograde. It just hammers him. And it's going to be really difficult. It is going to be such a shite show for them. I don't even, and that eclipse, it's like Don Julio's in the crosshairs with that, and he's got a bullseye on him. It is going to be debilitating for his health. But anyway, this Mercury retrograde, who had this? I think this is the plan. Oh, look at this. Mercury retrograde. Oh, this is the plan. This is what was feeding this Capricorn plan by all of them to go forward. The Mercury retrograde, I had this here. This card is POTUS, PBO, working with our allies and intel. How else did I describe that? And it's also what's keeping us safe. How 46? This is to end Putin Putz. This is the specific plan to end Putz. Okay, show me the plan. They're going forward with this plan to end Putz. I'm telling you, Putz Putin, he still feels so distant, far away, like from the whatever government buildings he normally works in. He just seems like he's like in this rectangular room with fluorescent lights, and he's talking on analog, and it's almost like he has to use, like when you were a kid, using like a can attached to a string to talk to people. That is how isolated he is. So this to end Putin Putz, we're getting this plan is the go, you guys. The Three of Swords, the treason, the betrayal. But it's also, we have three ideas that are not in agreement, like a bad conspiracy. We're not going to tolerate this anymore, to take Putz out, because we have, there's your plan, the Two of Wands. We're putting it out there. To reveal the sun. To reveal the sun. Oh, this is the glory. This is the glorious goal. This is the wow. So they're putting the big thing out there. Oh my God, you guys. This felt like stealth, but this is because of what Don Julio did to seed all that crap to Putin, and like the middleman, this got to the middleman conspiracy level, and he delivered with that UN vote and other things. Can you believe this, you guys? It totally is coming in for a hurricane for him. Okay, let's just really quickly look at this card. I had this one up here. This is just kind of Kamala, kind of above the fray, blah, 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 getting awards, people loving her. Oh my God. Okay, there goes my throat. Aries, I am, you guys, her, is it her moon that is in Aries? Because I think it's opposite. This is Mars ruled. We've got Mars that has gone direct. This is a new beginning. And this was the signifier for Putz. Like this whole thing about what got green lighted for them to go ahead, because the U.S. is no longer the ally of the international community. This was the secret. This is the hidden enemy, which is Putz. this is the hidden enemy that's going to have heck rain down on him. Okay. I need another deck, a pretty girly deck. Okay. Look at the Eight of Cups, the Raphaelite. Okay, so Kamala's charging forth. What are you charging forth with? Because you are like, what is going on here? This is in the past. Oh. I'm charging forth because Putz what? Oh, boy, this is all lined up. Like everything is, have all their ducks in a row because there is a finite result. What is she keeping undercover? I just acting like I don't know anything with this. Aren't these cards beautiful? What's crowning her? In the skies. That everyone kind of... Oh, the Ten of Pentacles. Now that is interesting. And established. It's all... Oh, it could be Mar-a-Lago because of the transmissions going on with Putz. But it also feels to me something is complete if Pentacles are votes. And that Ten of Wands said we were at the final stage for them to proceed on whatever's going forth now. And so she is also in alignment with that because in the past we've got, this is the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords is the, the hacking. It is the digital equipment. It is the plan, the start of what all this means, leading to the Hanged Man. Things it's almost like these are voters who get kind of tangled up. Remember that Page of Cups up there? And just see what a tangled mess this is? That's the election. A tangled mess. Some things are there, some things are not. There's a lot of information outstanding. You know what? I'm totally thinking of Pluto and Regulus viewer, that huge thing you wrote out and all the forensics and all of the cyber people involved, untangling this thing. Okay? Thank you, Purple. And this is leading to, she's like, I'm ready. This is what happens. Oop, no boobies. Completion. Around the world, what they set out to do, they've reached the 10. Macron came to visit. There was a vote with the UN, and we're like, F you, mofo, we're going. So that's leading to this plan, to the Two of Pentacles. One step, one thing. Oh, everything is counted. Everything is in order. Like, I feel like this is digital. Something is on, something is off. It's like really crisp and clean. Leading ultimately to the Page of Pentacles. Everyone's vote counted. Woo! No, it does not have anything to do with Alonia. Underneath. What can't we see? We have the Ace of Wands. Fired up, ready to go. This is the action going forth. This is the Ten of Wands. Holy crap, look at the Ten of Swords was right beneath this card for this reading. The Ten of Wands, the Ten of Swords. Oh my gosh. Complete. Now we're taking new action. And this is the King of Swords. This feels like the cyber analysis. This feels, and it's it's law enforcement, but it's also it's like the people at the top who like execute like a search warrant or something like that. Oh boy, and what's crowning her in the skies above? The Ace of Pentacles. Look at all these aces, you guys. We've got 3 aces right here. Every vote counts. Oh my gosh. Wait. What about this Ace of Pentacles? Nope. That's it. That is it. Oh my gosh. Oh, Taiwan caught a China ship cutting underground cables. I'm telling you, the Russia and the China, they are working in tandem. When they have caught ships cutting the cables that that like maybe looked like, there goes my throat, that maybe looked like it was a country, but then they go aboard and they find out, oh, they're all Russians on this boat, even though it's like a Norwegian ship. And the China has been doing that too. I wonder if those are going to be Russia people on that boat, because they have a habit of doing that. And wow, it's just really interesting right now. What's the time? Why would you be doing that after, Macron visits? Don Julio has pledged his life to Putz. Why are you doing this now? The King of Pentacles. This is Elonia. Elonia's got a problem or what? The Ace of Wands beneath. Did they find out some intelligence? It's crowning this. Why are they doing this now? The Nine of Pentacles reversed. They are feeling really, really insecure. We're going to cut things beneath, hoping that it's the Five of Wands. It's going to gum things up. It's going to create a fight. It's going to be a nuisance. Cutting off comms. Is that how about that? The Ace, that's a fire. That is sign. That is cutting action. I heard the EU is, I am not surprised, because this is just ridiculous. You guys realize if everyone stopped using Facebook, using Twitter, stop buying Tesla, and stop using Starlink, they're done. They have nothing at all. Okay. So then I was saying, those are the 4 things that are getting kicked off now. But as I was saying earlier, these guys are entrapped. They're entrapped by look, oh wait, here it is. The 9th house, Sagittarius. They're entrapped. This is how the Koopy Koo stops. What do they have? What's the problem? They're entrapped because there's the 3 of Swords that came up down here. Their treason and their betrayal. They have everything they know. It's worldwide. It's been uncovered. They're entrapped. Did anyone have the Sag Pisces? The Sag? No. They're entrapped. This is the 12th house escape. These are the secrets. I was calling this last week. I figured it out. It was the RRR, Rubio, Riyadh, Russia. That happened. And they're entrapped because what happened there? The 4 of Cups. The agreement was complete. And Don Julio legalized bribes. This is a lot on Rubio for doing that. They're entrapped by this. Our defenses on the ground. Our security. It's a big problem because they're causing so many problems with security because Don Julio keeps giving everything away and his minions. They're entrapped because of trying to sacrifice our democracy and the power grab. We've got the 9 of Swords. Yeah, this is high angst for everybody because they're getting really, and the next step is the 10. They're getting really close to like cutting everything off. and also finalizing this, both sides. And they are entrapped because the fifth house, because this is the office of the president of the United States. It's like, who's the president? This is Elonia. Yeah, look at that. He's making a mess out of everything. 5 cups up, 3 cups down, 2 cups up. Who knows if they're up or down, but it's definitely information is going abroad. And, oh, this might be Donald. Like, I don't know what he's doing. He's taking care of this. I really don't know. And it's also us to keep us out of the loop. Oh my gosh, you guys, can you believe this? Okay, so, how long have I been talking? Oh my gosh, an hour. We're going to take our 3-minute break. And then we'll do Linda G's dream, okay? Let me get my thing. Our little timer. Talk amongst yourselves. I can like clear my mind a little bit. Okay, let me get this cleaned up. And I just thought this was so interesting because, you know, Linda G the other day, she had, I just happened to watch it. I had like the cards in my hand. And she just started telling us dreams. So I just started drawing these astrology cards because I wanted to see, you know, where it matched in the Tarotscopes this week. And it is just really interesting. Really interesting. Okay. Get these cleaned up. I loved how that reading turned out. I knew it was going to be a big one. A nice big message. Hi, Kamala. And there's the Office of the Presidency behind you. We're not going to sacrifice our democracy because we got all the evidence. Okay, I'm going to need that one. I got to put this one away too. I'll put this one to the side. Gigi, thank you. Thank you. I am so glad to be back. Okay. Let's see how well I can replicate this. So, Pakistan. Well, okay, so this was the dream that she talked about, that she was at the White House and it was a mess. Let's see if I can. Okay, look at my notes. This is such a mess. So she says she has this dream. And right away, I get the solar card reversed. I am not going to be able to find all of these. Now, remember, that's related to POTUS 46 in what he left behind. That keeps us safe. So she has this dream. She says she walks into the White House. She had two people on either side of her. She said she didn't feel frightened or scared or anything, but she just saw what was going on. She said the White House was destroyed. There was furniture that was broken up. There was furniture that had been set on fire. She said that what happened to the White House was worse than anything that could have happened on J6. She saw, then she was talking about how there were pictures that had been disseminated about Don Julio. He was not deceased, but he was gone. She said he escaped. I think Alonia escaped, but his minions, they were pew, 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 assassinated. And she said that everything was torn up. She said she felt like the military was definitely taking the country back. I feel that so strongly. Then, oh my gosh. I think she said that the Social Security might be the tipping point of kind of like what triggered all this stuff. And then she said, when she was walking around, her feet were sticking to the floor. And then there was no, she had no fear in her dream. And then we had to have a temporary governor president installed. And then, oh my gosh, what does this say? I have no idea what that says. I don't know. I have no idea what that says. So this first part, she has a dream. So that solar card was related to POTUS, but it was also related to how he's keeping us safe. It was related to angry Americans, and it related to Macron's focus on Alonia, and it was related to the Transnational Investigation to Putz, and it was related to arrests, network of people in arrest. That sounds really bad. Oh my God. I mean, what a mess. Show me Donald. Show me Donald. With all that, Donald is... He's been under investigation, the hermit. He's like, what went wrong? How did they get all this? Donald is challenged. Oh, this is the Kubiku. This is like he and Putz. This is why he thought he could do, make that decision with the United Nations and then blame Ukraine for what's happening. So that's Don Julio. She walks into the White House and there's two, she's got two men next to her. So this 11th house reversed. This card shows up as the networks that put Don Julio into office. This is reversed. Those people. I have for this Macron. That was the devilish smile on his face. Because he knows what he's doing is leading to this network being overturned. I got this for me, quiet like the forest, because I like to check to see what I'm aligned with. This is Donald's cabinet. The cabinet is in trouble. Donald, what does this say? Oh, this also has to do with European defense systems, taking down this network. Musk, reverse, taken down, and how he's affecting everyone around the globe. And then Ramstein, our base in Germany. So what happened, Donald? What happened? The Queen of Swords. Another nation took over. He's in trouble. These are courts. And then she said, it was destroyed. Well, that's the Sun card. That's Donald. Because he's not the Sun. That came up with angry Americans, arrests on the horizon, Starlink, and elections. It came up with European defenses, and we are no longer their ally, which gave the green light to pursue all this stuff. And I quiet like the forest, and then Putz. So, you know what? NATO? No. Show me the arrests. Who gets arrests? Show me the arrests related to this. The King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles, that's Elon. Alonia. Angry Americans. The King of Swords. They've got their pitchforks and swords. They are pissed off. They're looking at the courts. They want someone to do something. They are so angry. What did Starlink do? With elections? Oh my gosh, that 10 of Pentacles reversed. Remember? That's what Kamala had. There goes my throat. What was feeding, like how she's feeling and what's progressing. This is reversed. That has something to do with the election, you guys, and Kamala. Okay. So then she says, there's garbage on the floors. It is just, there's crap on the walls. That card, look at this. That card was the Jupiter Abundance card. He's so pissed because that's like all the data that gets pinged and sent elsewhere. Don Julio, what are you so pissed about with this that you'd throw ketchup again? They figured out his conspiracy, the Three of Cups, and how that data was worked around. Holy crap. And then we have, there's another room that has furniture that was set on fire. This is the 10th. This is what's in the skies above him. This is what's humiliating him. He is humiliated. He is angry because of his betrayal. Why are you so angry, Donald? What's in the skies above you that you're like, fudge them? The Ace of Pentacles, the votes, where this all started, the Ace of Pentacles, where it started with money, where it started, how it all got started. He's so humiliated that people are finding that out. He wants to hide. The Eight of Swords. He is trapped. He's so mad that he is trapped. And then it was worse than January 6th. There wasn't a lot there. Then we have, there's pictures of him being disseminated. He's not deceived, but he's gone. Now we had the Scorpio card for that. That's a big change. That's a big ending. And who had that as well? Pluto conjunct Regulus, you were here. This was related to Macron's meeting. It was related to volume 2. What? I got to get out of here. It's related to, oh my gosh, Putz, according to Macron, Putz, according to DC, and NATO. There's a lot behind that. And then she said, but he escaped. And that card, 7th house reversed. Someone, oh, I don't know if you guys can see that. Okay. That was the 7th house reversed. He escaped. How did he escape? How did he escape? We got the 7th house. This is Ramstein, knowing this is a coup. This is European defense. This is Don Julio. This is the Transnational Investigation. This is the world realizing USA is no longer an ally. And this is POTUS 46, working with allies and intelligence, keeping us safe. Where did he go to? He went, he's like, oh, shit, man. I can't believe there goes my throat. He wants to blame everyone. It's the ego injury. There's the Page of Wands. All the people working around him. The 6 of Wands. The middle people who, I just got this as the cabinet. Like people turning on him. The 9 of Swords. I was almost there. We almost had it. But I'm going to leave because at the bottom of this is the Temperance card. I escape because I got this information. I got this information. I'm putting it all together. Because of the law, he knows he has to escape. He will not survive here. What's crowning him? We have the Queen of Wands. That is another nation. He's taken off to, I don't know, I think this is more like the Middle East, not necessarily, no, he doesn't want to go to Russia. In the past, he's like the Knight of Cups. He got an offer, you can go, but he also gave a lot of stuff away. And then he's leaving because of his conspiracy. It's been outed. That's why he doesn't have a snowball's chance to stay here in the U.S. And he's like, I'm out of here. And then she said, the Saturn return. Elonia escapes. And then his minions get assassinated. We have, based on whatever Macron was visiting with him about 46 keeping us safe. Arrests were happening and angry USA people. So this is Saturn return. Saturn return. Elonia escapes. He escapes. And then his dudes are SOL. The 9 of Swords. Things are getting tight. They're getting nervous. He has escaped for his safety. The 9 of Pentacles. These are the dudes getting, oh, there you go, assassinated. The 3 of Cups. There's the conspiracy. And now we have the 4 of Cups. They were recruited. Get this, look at that cup in the sky. That's help abroad. There goes my throat. The 5 of Swords. The mess that they made. Just destroying so much infrastructure. Wow. Okay. Then she said everything was torn up. The military takes back the country. That is Libra. This was the signifier for Biden. How is Biden working with the military? the Six of Swords. So whatever was getting transmitted for Don Julio to win, because he knows that this is the law, the balance of the votes, working with the military. They'd say no, because he was working with the military, the Three of Cups, and the agreement. There's agreement to go do it. And if that is those guys getting assassinated, oh my God. Social Security is the tipping point. I'm just going to read these off. It has the sign of Gemini, which usually that for me is like Trump Putz, Trump Felonia. And this is related to the election being negated, being entrapped, his cabinet. I can't read that. I'm sorry. Putz, Ramstein, Macron targeting Elonia. And then people are like, no. And that comes up with Volume 2 and European Defense. And then her feet were sticky. I thought that was very interesting because I got the card of provocation. But earlier I was saying this is the card that like sticks to the part of fortune because they're communicating. And she could feel it under her feet. So that has to do with what negates Don Julio, the Transnational Investigation, Elonia launching Starlink last week, and European defenses. She had no fear because Musk was done, Ramstein was involved. I got this one correct. POTUS is keeping us safe. This negates Don Julio. Ramstein knows it's a coup. The German election and Volume 2. But here, the signifier is this sign. And that's all the data that Elonia is taking and spreading around the world. We have a temporary government because of the second house, our substance of who we are. And that's because there's been arrests. USA is no longer an ally. Musk, because of what Don Julio did, and the work that 46 and PBO are doing. And then I couldn't read this. So that's that. Isn't that amazing? So I'm going to I will break this one out and edit it, and then I'm going to show it to Linda. I hope she sees it, and I wonder what she thinks of it, because that was crazy. May karma be upon him for his part. And yes, I know. Him and Jared involved with Jamal. Exactly. Hi, Connie, you're late. You're watching from the beginning. It's really interesting. Okay, so, yeah, he does belong in Supermax for a long time. Okay, we got through all of it. You guys, thank you so much for coming. Thank you for liking my video. Thank you for your donations. Thank you for all of your support and all your love. This has been a lot of fun. Thank you, moderators, so much. And I will break these out. What am I forgetting? I'm forgetting something. I don't know. Thank you, Cynthia. Thank you, Robin. Purple Sky, you always do a great job weaving everything together, right? I'm really happy how this method has become much more fluid for me, because I was kind of struggling with it while it was unfolding with Queen's Tarot. Thank you, Leela. Thank you, Melinda. Thank you so much. Night all. We'll see you later. Okay, bye.